There's one move that drives women crazy. It makes them rethink, overthink, obsess, spiral, and second-guess everything. It's not begging. It's not chasing. It's not even explaining. It's going completely silent. It's no contact. And it's not just silence. It's a psychological weapon. A test, a mirror, a reset. Most men crumble when a woman pulls away. They chase, they call, they text paragraphs, they argue with themselves in her inbox. And that's exactly what she expects. She knows you'll fold. She knows you'll break. She knows you need her more than she needs you, and that's why she can treat you however she wants. But when you go no contact, the game flips, the power shifts, and suddenly she's the one with uncertainty, not you. No contact isn't just about ignoring a woman, it's about getting serious with yourself. It's about showing her that your attention isn't free, that your presence is earned, that you're a man with value and emotional discipline. Most men can't do this. They can't stand the silence. They can't deal with their own thoughts. But the ones who can, they become unforgettable. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use no contact with strategy, control, and subtle psychological pressure that turns the situation in your favor. We're not playing games. We're shifting dynamics. We're making her feel what you felt. And if you do this right, she'll chase. She'll wonder, she'll question, she'll come back with respect, or stay away with regret. Now let's break down the art and dark psychology of no contact with women, step by step. What you're about to learn is not theory. It works, but only if you apply it with discipline. 1. Silence wakes her mind. The moment you go silent, everything changes. You might think she doesn't care. You might assume she's moved on. But the truth is, most women are used to attention. Not just any attention, your attention. She's used to you responding, checking in, double texting, asking what's wrong. So when all of that disappears, it doesn't just feel like space. It feels like a vacuum. And the human mind hates a vacuum. It rushes to fill it with meaning, with questions, with why. This is where the game starts. You're not saying a word, but in her mind, she's hearing everything. She starts thinking about why you stopped texting. Was it something she said? Did you find someone else? Were you never that into her in the first place? Doubt creeps in. And that doubt is powerful. It stirs up emotion. It pulls her focus back toward you. This isn't manipulation. It's the truth of modern dating. People notice absence more than presence. Attention is cheap. Silence has value. Most men break the silence too early. They wait 3 days, feel anxious, and crack. That ruins everything. You have to understand. The longer you hold the silence, the louder it gets for her. She begins to feel the loss of control. The confusion builds. She checks your story, your profile, your last scene. Every little thing becomes a clue. You become a mystery again, and mystery is magnetic. You're showing her something very few men ever do. You don't need her validation to breathe. That's rare. That's power. And when you stop giving her what she expected on demand, she has two choices. Reach out and try to get it back, or walk away and wonder what she lost. Either way, you win. Because no contact gives you the one thing men rarely get in emotional situations: control. 2. Emotional reset. No contact is not just about getting her attention. It's about resetting the emotional balance between you and her. Most men don't realize how deeply unbalanced things get when a woman starts losing respect. She stops valuing your effort. She starts taking you for granted. She knows you'll be there no matter what. And every time you try to explain your worth with more messages, more calls, more presence, you sink deeper into weakness in her eyes. The emotional reset begins the moment you cut all communication. You're not just going quiet to get her to miss you. You're pulling away to restore your energy, your masculinity, and your peace. Think of it like this. Every time you chase her when she's backing away, you're bleeding confidence. You're leaking value. You're proving to her that she can control your emotions with her silence, with her mood swings, with her games. But when you go no contact, something changes. You stop playing her game and start playing yours. She doesn't know what you're thinking. She doesn't know what your next move is. And most importantly, she doesn't know if she still has a grip on you. That unknown is powerful. That unknown forces her to look inward. She has to start questioning her own actions, her own attitude, her own role in why you pulled away. And while she's going through that mental process, you're not wasting that time. You're using the silence to get sharp again. You're lifting. You're focusing on your mission. You're remembering who the hell you are without her influence clouding your judgment. You're no longer the man who needed to prove something to her. You become the man who lets his silence speak for him. That reset is what creates attraction again. It's not the same as starting over. It's stronger than that. You're removing all the emotional noise that made her feel like she was above you. The more time passes, the more she starts to reflect. Not every woman will reach out, but every woman will feel it. And if she's emotionally invested at all, she'll wrestle with that silence more than she shows. Because now it's not just about you disappearing. It's about what that says about your mindset. It tells her, I'm not chasing. I'm not proving. I'm not explaining. I'm done unless you step up. This is the core of the emotional reset. You're not angry. You're not bitter. You're in control. That kind of energy is rare. And that kind of energy gets respect, even from a woman who thought she had you figured out. Don't break it. Don't water it down. Let the reset happen fully. You'll either reconnect with her on stronger terms, or she'll stay out of your life where she belongs. 3. Reverse the pressure. No contact flips the entire dynamic. Most men don't get this. When a woman pulls away, the natural reaction is to chase harder, to put more pressure on her to respond, to explain, to fix things. That pressure feels natural because it's driven by anxiety and fear. Fear of losing her, fear of being alone, fear of not being good enough. But that pressure only pushes her further away. It makes you look desperate, weak, and easy to control. She smells it, even if she can't explain why, and she loses interest faster than you can say, I miss you. The power of no contact lies in reversing that pressure. When you go silent, you're not begging her to come back. You're not demanding answers. You're not chasing validation. Instead, you're placing the pressure back on her, to reach out, to show interest, to prove that she wants to be part of your life. This reversal creates tension. It creates curiosity. It forces her to work for your attention. And in the modern dating world, that makes all the difference. Women respect a man who respects himself. By refusing to engage, you demonstrate that your time and energy are valuable. You show that you have standards, that you won't tolerate disrespect or emotional games. That sets a boundary she has to reckon with. When she feels that boundary, she either respects it or she tests it. Either way, she's investing mental energy in you again. And that investment is what rekindles attraction. It's important to understand what this isn't. This isn't a power trip or manipulation. It's emotional discipline. It's self-respect. It's showing her you're not available on her terms, only on yours. That shift changes how she sees you. You go from being the guy who's always there to the guy who's worth the chase. You're flipping the script on her expectations. Most women are used to men bending over backward to stay connected. When you suddenly pull away, it disrupts that pattern. It forces her to evaluate how much she really wants you. And often, that evaluation is surprising even to her. But there's a catch. You have to mean it. If you drop no contact because you're bored or lonely, if you break it because you want to explain yourself, you lose all the power you built. The moment you return without a reason or boundary, she knows you're available again at the drop of a hat. And the cycle continues, her pulling away, you chasing, until you finally break yourself. Reverse the pressure by holding your ground. Be silent and let her wonder. Let her feel the absence of your attention. And watch how quickly the game changes. 4. Control your emotions. This is where most men lose the game. Not because the woman isn't interested or because the situation is hopeless, but because they can't control their emotions. No contact is as much about mastering your inner world as it is about influencing hers. If you let fear, anxiety, or anger take over, you'll break the silence too soon, send needy messages, or make desperate calls. And every time you do, you hand over your power. Control your emotions like a man who's steering a ship through rough waters. Storms will come. She might text out of the blue to test you, or you might see something that triggers jealousy or frustration. You won't like the uncertainty, but that's the point. Emotional control is your ultimate weapon. It shows her you're unshakable, that no matter what, you're standing firm. She respects that strength more than any compliment or promise. Understand this clearly. Emotions are signals, not commands. Just because you feel hurt or lonely doesn't mean you have to act on it. That impulse to reply immediately, to clear the air, to fix things, is what ruins your chances. Instead, let those feelings wash over you without changing your behavior. This is hard, but it's what separates the men who succeed from the men who get stuck. When you control your emotions, you're telling her something powerful without saying a word. You're saying, I'm not desperate, I'm not reactive, I'm not controlled by your actions. This is magnetic. Women are wired to respect men who can handle their emotions, because it means those men can handle life. And handling life is exactly what women want in a partner. The longer you maintain this control during no contact, the more she will wonder what kind of man you really are. She'll feel the difference between the old you, needy, anxious, over-explaining, and the new you, calm, collected, and confident. That gap makes her curious and attracted. Here's the catch. Emotional control isn't pretending you don't care or bottling everything up. It's about owning your feelings without letting them run the show. It's about being strong enough to face discomfort without reacting impulsively. This takes work, but it pays off big. If you can master this, no contact won't just be a tactic. It'll become a lifestyle. You'll stop chasing validation and start creating value. And once you do that, she'll have no choice but to see you differently.